Hey guys, thanks for joining me in this Q&A episode. You can see I'm surrounded by my gun wall. I still haven't made part 3 to the gun wall. I'm talking a lot about this wall. I ran into some issues with it that I'll talk about in part 3, but this is just the Q&A video, so I will just get into your questions. C. Miller 8492 commented, how do you buy a good one? He commented that on my Mauser tips and tricks video. There's a lot of different ways to pick out a good Mauser. I don't know if you mean specifically German or if you just mean a Mauser in general. The big rules of thumb is to look for one that's in good condition, good original condition, not something that's been refurbished. You want to look for matching numbers. Those are good things to look for, and then just figure out what type of Mausers you're into, what type you'd like to collect. Really go down the rabbit hole with German Mausers or Swedish even, or anything like that. Just pick something that you like. Pick something that just it does something to you to make you just want to collect it. Collect something that gives you passion. I think that's a good rule of thumb with whatever you collect. J. Rawl Morals 09, I hope I said that right, commented on the podcast video. I think it was our first podcast video. It says, can we also cover ammo, like best value, what is good, what is corrosive, what's unsafe, and maybe just ballistic/performance, just an idea? Yes, that is a good idea, and that is something that is on our list to make a podcast about. We have a really long list of stuff that we want to talk about. There's like a group of us that are all sort of chiming in about sort of our area that we like. And we are going to get to that eventually, so stay tuned to the podcast. I created a podcast playlist. There's just 2 on it right now, but pretty soon there'll be number 3. We already recorded number 4, and it's on the podcast website. So stay tuned. You get them sooner on the podcast website. Brad Johnson commented on my Springfield 03 versus K98K video. He says, didn't Springfield Rifle Company have to pay royalties to Mauser because the Springfield was so similar to the Mauser? Yes, they did. I don't know. I'm a little fuzzy on the details because everything I kind of read is a little bit different. But it seems that somebody in the United States had to pay somebody in Germany for the use of the 1903 because it did use a lot of Mauser's copyrights and or a lot of Mauser's patents for the rifle. So they did. It's just very often said that the United States adopted a Mauser in the 1903, and I think that's true. Calvin Cameron commented on my Gun Walls Part 2 video, and he says, what about Enfields? What about them? I only have 2 Enfields right now. You'll probably see that. Actually, I don't think you'll see them on this wall. I was kind of figuring out everything that can fit on here, and I can't fit everything on here. I might do like a rotating sort of display here, but as of now, my Enfields won't go up on this wall. I'm just not a huge Enfield fan. Like I really like them. I went through a phase where I just was in love with the SMLE, but I don't know. The more I collected other guns, the more I kind of found other guns that I like better. And so I don't know if I'll put the Enfields up here, but I still like the Enfields for what they are. Just might not see them on the wall. All right, Zachary the Gentleman commented on the 1916 Spanish Mauser unboxing video that I did a while back. He said, I am looking to buy one of these rifles. Would there be any way to request any desired features like that early sight pattern, or request best out of 3 or something along those lines? I'm not able to go to their shop directly. The only way I'd be able to buy would be through their website. I understand that I may need to pay a fee or best out of 3 or different features. I don't know of J&G doing a best out of 3. There's just what I went through when I was there was like all they did was bring out 3 for me to look through. And the impression that I got from J&G was that they really didn't care. They just wanted to get rid of these guns, and honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't waste the money in having them hand select a rifle from there. I just get a feeling that they wouldn't really do it, or they wouldn't really know what to look for. I don't know of any way of commenting. I think if you wanted to try, your best bet would just be to call them directly, offer to pay them whatever, and then try it that way. If you really wanted one, honestly, I don't know. I would spend that money elsewhere for the price now that the 1916s are. I think you could get into another type of like South American Mauser and be much more happy with it than the 1916. So my advice: look for like an 1895 or something like that. All right, I know I'm going to say this name wrong. Anglicized Angel Ruiz, but I'm sure it's Angel Ruiz or something like that. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. But he said, very great video. How many of these tips transfer over to the M48? He commented on my Mauser tips and tricks video. Just about all of them transfer over to an M48. All right, Tom Ragagli. Oh boy, I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I'm sorry. He commented on my on the video about this gun, the G98 to K98K conversion rifle. He says, how do you find these things in such good condition? It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and honestly, I believe that most people aren't willing to put in the time and effort that it takes to find certain guns. Going to gun shows is definitely a big thing, and that's where I got that from. But I was there when it opened on the first day, so early bird gets the worm. You wanna go out to all your local shops, all your local pawn shops that carry guns, all your local gun stores. I kind of mentioned this before. You just have to put in the legwork, constantly check up with these places, build a rapport, let them know what you're looking for, so maybe they'll call you first. That's the kind of thing you have to do if you want to find nice stuff for a good price nowadays. It's just getting harder and harder to find. So that's my advice. JK, just JK. It's not just kidding. It's just JK commented on my my hiking video when I hiked in Utah with my Swiss K31. He says, unless you're in grizzly country, then doing a basic hike with a rifle is just silly, in my opinion. Are you also going to bring night vision goggles in case you're out past dusk? JK, I don't think you understood the purpose of the video. I said right in the title, other than self-defense, the importance of carrying hiking with a rifle other than self-defense. So the video is not about it's not about the importance of protecting yourself and others, no matter how important that is. That rifle is more about getting to know the rifle. So say if you have a favorite rifle or a particular rifle you just really love, I think walking with it on your back, carrying it on your back, it'll really let you know how much you like the gun. You'll immediately find out, is it too heavy? Is it too long? Does the sling placement suck? Does the actual military sling that comes on it, does that suck? Was it not a good design? And you'll learn all of that stuff if you actually get out with the rifle on your back and carry it around. And I think that's something a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to military surplus rifles, like how they feel when you carry it around, which is what the soldiers had to do. And I think it's an important factor that's overlooked. So that was the point of the video. It's not about self-defense, although the part of Utah that I was hiking at in the mountains, supposedly there's big cats like mountain lions and stuff up there. So thank you to everyone who left questions for me. If you want your question answered, comment on this video, and I'll get around to answering it in the next Q&A video. Appreciate everyone watching, and I will see you next time.